Tom and Jenny had been driving for hours when they stumbled upon it, a dilapidated mansion hidden deep within the woods. The GPS had led them astray, and with nightfall approaching, they had no choice but to seek shelter. The house seemed like their only option. The couple hesitated. "Are you sure about this?" Jenny asked, her voice trembling. Tom nodded, trying to appear braver than he felt. "Just for the night. We will leave at first light." They approached the front door, which swung open as if expecting them. The inside was just as decayed as the exterior, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling and dust covering every surface. They found a relatively clean room upstairs to spend the night. As they settled in, the floorboards creaked beneath them. Tom attempted to reassure Jenny, "Old houses make noises." But Jenny wasn't convinced. She felt a chill run down her spine and a sensation of being watched. As night deepened, strange noises began to emanate from the shadows. A faint whispering seemed to come from the walls, indistinguishable words that sent shivers down their spines. "Did you hear that?" Jenny whispered. Tom nodded, probably just the wind. They tried to ignore the whispers and fell into an uneasy sleep. Hours later, they awoke to the sound of footsteps outside the room door, and they both listened in fear as the footsteps stopped. Tom grabbed a flashlight and slowly approached the door. He yanked it open, but there was nothing there, just an empty hallway. The tapping had stopped. "Let's get out of here," Jenny urged, but Tom shook his head. "It's the middle of the night. It's safer to wait until morning." Reluctantly, they tried to go back to sleep, but the house had other plans. The whispers grew louder and the temperature dropped. The air was cold. Suddenly, a loud bang echoed from downstairs. They jumped up, hearts pounding. "We have to check it out," Tom said, though fear was etched on his face. They descended the creaky staircase, flashlight in hand. The kitchen door was ajar, and the noise seemed to have come from within. As they stepped inside, the flashlight flickered and died, plunging them into darkness. "Tom!" Jenny cried, her voice trembling. "I'm here," he reassured her, fumbling to turn the flashlight back on. When it finally lit up, they both gasped. On the floor lay a shattered old mirror, its pieces scattered across the room. In the center of the hall stood a figure, translucent and ghostly, its eyes hollow and lifeless. "Leave this place," the figure whispered, its voice echoing in their minds. "You are not welcome here." Tom and Jenny backed away slowly, but the figure advanced. The house seemed to come alive around them, the walls groaning and the whispers turning into anguished wails. They turned and ran, sprinting back up the stairs. As they reached their room, they slammed the door shut, but the wailing continued, growing louder and more desperate. "What do we do?" Jane sobbed, tears streaming down her face. Tom looked around frantically. "We have to find another way out." They searched the room and found a small dusty window. It was a tight squeeze, but it was their only hope. Tom helped Jenny climb through first, then followed. They dropped into the overgrown garden below and didn't stop running until they reached their car. As they sped away, the house loomed behind them, its whispers still echoing in their ears. They vowed never to speak of that night again, but the memory haunted them forever. The next morning, local authorities found the abandoned car with all their belongings. Tom and Jenny had vanished without a trace. The house stood silent once more, waiting for its next visitors, whispering its dark secrets to the wind. If you found this story interesting, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel.